Hello students. Today our topic of discussion is luminaires. A luminaire is a complete lighting unit comprised of a light source, that is lamp or lamps, together with the parts that distribute the light, position and protect the lamps and connect the lamps to the power supply. The luminaire's function is to direct light to appropriate locations without causing glare or discomfort. With thousands of different luminaires made by hundreds of manufacturers, there are more luminaires on the market than any other type of lighting equipment. Choosing luminaires that efficiently provide appropriate luminance patterns for the application is an important part of energy efficient lighting design. Often, modern lamp technologies require special luminaire features. For example, T8 lamps are 33% smaller in diameter than equivalent to T12 lamps, while producing nearly as many lumens. Because T8 lamps are brighter per unit area, proper luminaire shielding is more critical than for T12 lamps. Luminaires generally consists of some or all of the following parts: lamps and lamp holders or sockets, ballasts or to start and operate the lamps, reflectors to direct the light, shielding or diffusion components, that is lens, diffuser, lower or or like to shield the lamps from eyes at normal viewing angles, reduce discomfort and disability glare, and to distribute light evenly. Housings to contain the above elements as well as electrical components such as wiring connections. An efficient luminaire optimizes the system performance of each of its components. Now, the luminaire, formerly referred to as the light fitting, provides support, protection and means of electrical connection to the lamp, which is contained within the luminaire. Additionally, the luminaire has to be able to operate safely and to withstand the environmental conditions in which it is likely to be installed. Luminaires may also be classified according to the following categories: type of protection provided against electric shock, the degree of protection provided against the ingress of dust or moisture, type of protection provided against electrical explosions, and according to the characteristics of the material of the surface to which the luminaire can be fixed. Those luminaires that are designed for use internally and those for use in some external applications will normally operate efficiently in dry and well ventilated atmospheres. Some luminaires are installed in atmospheres that are far less acceptable. In order to able to perform within the environments likely to be encountered, the equipment must therefore be manufactured so as to comply with strict specifications. Such environments are referred to as hostile or hazardous. Examples of hostile areas include high humidity conditions, that is requiring drip-proof equipment, dusty and corrosive atmospheres, and food factories where the interior walls, floors and ceilings are required to be hosed down. Hazardous atmospheres are usually created by the presence of flammable or explosive dusts and gases in the atmosphere. Optical control of light output from luminaires. When a bare lamp is used, that is, one without any form of control of the directional quantities of the light emitted, then the distribution of light is likely to be completely unacceptable. Furthermore, the bare lamp is also likely to create a source of disability glare to the occupants of the interior. It is likely that the lighting installation will be uneconomical, and whilst some fraction of the light output of the bare lamp will reach the working plane either directly or indirectly, the efficiency of the installation will be relatively low. It will be clear that some means of control of the light output from the bare lamp is essential, and four of the most widely used methods are detailed. Obstruction. When a bare lamp is installed within an opaque enclosure which has only one aperture from which the light can escape, then the light distribution from the basic luminaire will be severely limited. That is shown in this figure. That is the light output from luminaire is limited. Luminaire is typically a metal cylinder open at the base. Here is the light output that is concentrated in downward direction. Sign. This is the sign that the light output is fully limited. Light control by obstruction method. Now let's discuss the reflection method. This method of light control uses reflective surfaces which may range from matte to specular. By comparison with the obstruction method of light control, reflection is more efficient. With reflection, stray light is collected by the reflectors and then redirected. This is the reflecting surfaces. These are the surfaces, and here we can see that the reflections of the light. This is a light control by reflection. You can see these are the signs. Now let us discuss the diffusion. When a lamp enclosure is constructed or a translucent material, two benefits will accrue. The apparent size of the light source is increased and simultaneously there is a reduction in perceived brightness. One disadvantage as a consequence of the use of the diffusers is that they absorb some of the light emitted from the source itself, and so therefore there will be a reduction in the overall luminaire efficiency. Now this figure, that is the light control by diffusion, is a sign that shows is the concept of diffusion. These are the tubular fluorescent lamps, and you can see the diffuse light direction signs. Now let us discuss the refraction. This method utilizes the prism effect so as to bend the light output from the bare lamp in the required direction. This method of light control has the benefits of effective glare control and additionally of producing an acceptable level of luminaire efficiency. This is the light control by refraction. You can see that the two different areas, that is, this is the prismatic material and this is the air, this is the fluorescent lamp. So this is the sign for the light control by refraction. Now downlighter luminaries. Those luminaries classified as downlighters will emit the major proportion of their light output in the downward direction. They are typically ceiling mounted or ceiling suspended. When compared with uplighters, downlighters are far more efficient since they provide direct lighting of the working plane and do not rely totally on light reflected from room surfaces. Uplighter luminaires. Those luminaires that are classified as uplighters will emit the major proportion of their light output in the upward direction. The figure here shows the general principle of lighting using uplighters. When compared to downlighters, uplighters are relatively inefficient since they rely on light being reflected from room fabrics. This places a greater importance on the room decor and reflectance values. Here is the sign. You can see that the light emitted in upward direction reflects off room surfaces and is redirected onto working plane. This is the top of uplighter luminaires is higher than eye level of standing individual. Luminaire materials. The materials from which luminaires are constructed typically include metals, glass and plastic. Glass had been used extensively in earlier luminaires but has largely been replaced by plastics except for some specialist applications. Example, where the light source produces excess of heat, in which case glass is preferred from a safety viewpoint. Furthermore, glass still finds use in situations where there is the likelihood of physical damage to the luminaire. Since glass will be more robust, Two types of glass are in common use for the manufacture of the bowls of luminaires, that is borosilicate glass, which can withstand high working temperatures, and soda lime glass. Both of these type of glass have to be subjected to toughening processes in order to provide additional protection if they are likely to be installed and operated in environments where there are rapid temperature variations. Plastics, which are either thermosetting or thermoplastic, find their main use in their construction of diffusers. Polystyrene, acrylic, and polycarbonate are used for diffusers. Polycarbonate, which is used in the manufacture of some types of safety spectacles, has a greater impact resistance than acrylic, although both materials have been used for the construction of enclosures for use in areas where the luminaires are subjected to acts of vandalism. A form of plastic known as glass reinforced plastic, that is GRP, is often used for luminaire canopies. Mechanical strength of luminaires. Mechanical characteristics of luminaires include strength, windage resistance, and resistance to vibration. Luminaires must be capable of operating safely and efficiently within the environments in which they are expected to be installed. If they are operating in external environments, then they are likely to be subjected to meteorological factors such as wind, ice, snow, all of which must be taken into account when considering the construction of the luminaires. Luminaires subjected to strong winds may also suffer the effects of vibrational oscillations that may lead to adverse operation. The most common uses of luminaires for commercial applications are commercial buildings, streets, parks, public areas, car parks, company signage. The most common uses for luminaires for residential applications are patios, garden beds, driveways, pathwalks, and walkways around swimming pools, and etc. So this is a brief concept of luminaires. If you have any queries related to luminaires, you can ask me through WhatsApp or email. Stay tuned for more exciting topics. Thank you for today's class.